We're back to Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. There's one more thing we have to do in town, and that's get coffee. Oh yeah, the famed Starbeans Cafe. We've heard of that, probably. Just see ya. So yeah, we'll pretend we don't know how making coffee works, but it's pretty easy. There's just a list of coffees you can make and how many beans are required to make them. He'll also give you what you need for each coffee, so there are coffees that take 25 of different types of beans, or combinations of, I think, always 15 and 10? Yeah, 15 and 10. So yeah, always 25 beans, but they're just solidly one type of bean and then the combinations. So yeah, why don't we make some coffee? I'm more of a tea gal myself, but you know what? If there's no other option, I guess we have to. So this is a pretty easy coffee to make, so we're just gonna make this one. Different coffees will give you different stat boosts when being drunk. However, upon the first time of making any type of coffee, something special happens, like a power outage. Guess we made this just in time. Uh-oh, that looks familiar.
Buy Luigi's Mansion on GameCube! In stores now!
Ah, geez, it's Luigi's Mansion 4, which back in the day I would have made a joke about this being Luigi's Mansion 2, but now there's a Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3.
Oh god, I still haven't played 3.
Yeah, I haven't either, I've been wanting to. I avoided LPs of it.
I have it, I just haven't played it.
Yeah, like, Snapcube was LPing it, and I wanted to watch that, but I didn't because I didn't want to spoil myself on anything. I did enjoy Dark Mood. I thought it was fun, except for the bosses, which can fuck off. But, you know, Dark Moon was pretty good. So yes, this is Professor Egad. He was the wacky scientist who aided Luigi's adventure in Luigi's Mansion, mostly by just giving him tutorials and then waving at Luigi as he left for certain death in a haunted mansion. Of course, being the wacky scientist, he usually has some weird contraption, and thankfully, in this game, it's nothing so torturous as, I don't know, the ghost machine was to the ghosts in Luigi's Mansion. So, first off, Woohoo Blend raises HP. So let's talk about the gadgets. So, we now have a gadget slot, which gets us the Greed Wallet. The Greed Wallet is always the first item you get from coffee. In fact, no matter what order you make the blends in, you will always get the same cutscenes in the same order with the same gadgets. So, while we're on the way to our next destination, why don't we talk about a few different things about these gadgets. So, the Greed Wallet, of course, just doubles up your coins that you get, so it's all around pretty good. You might as well equip it, especially since it's your first one. However, the Greed Wallet is a maybe weird sort of item, because, I don't know, it's weird that Professor Egad was going to just make a wallet all about greed. That sounds like someone else's style, like, I don't know, maybe Wario, perhaps? Well, if you were thinking that specific line of data, then yeah, actually, you would be correct. That was originally supposed to be Wario. Egad is consistently the character who drinks the coffee in all of the cutscenes, and he owns the cafe, but originally, the Starbeans Cafe was basically just supposed to be like one big cameo point. I think originally it was going to be just like Wario's standard design, not like his WarioWare design or anything. In fact, there are actually sprites, which, if I remember where they are, then I'll bring them up. But yeah, they did have sprites for various Nintendo characters, but yeah, that was scrapped later on, I suppose.
I remember Samus was one of them.
Yeah. You can usually tell, like, who was supposed to give you the item based on what the item was. It's also worth noting that this doesn't really apply to the Greed wallet, but the items in the remake, I believe, are actually a little closer to what they were originally supposed to be. We'll talk more about that later, though. For now, we're here in Woohoo University, and it's a horror show. And that's fairly literal, because Caclet has been transforming professors into monsters, like this man here. You can skip this conversation, but this is a pretty good point to check out what the laser sniffet can do. Or at least it would be, except I'm kind of OP. But yeah, if you haven't been leveling up as much as I have, this is a pretty good point to just see one enemy before you have to deal with more than just that guy. Laser sniffets, for their credit though, how they attack is based on how far away they are from you. If they get right up to your face when they attack, don't jump, because the ring they create will actually be, like, the center of it is at your level, so it will hit you if you jump, basically. Well, that was an elaborate cutscene.
One more thing about the cafe owner says, like, the more coffee you buy, the more characters will come in, or the more people will come in. And that line made more sense when it was a cameo hotspot.
Yep. Alright, so we've also got the Yo Bros, who have some very unique designs here. They've also got relatively elaborate attack patterns, if you let them survive, which, to be fair, is kinda difficult at times. They don't have the most HP. And their attack seems straightforward at the moment. However, they can also charge up, which they deal more damage when they do that. They've also got feint attacks they can do. And I could have sworn they could also, like, switch what color went to what brother, but I think that's me misremembering things because I couldn't find any info on that. But they can do feint attacks. Again, if they survive. Oh. This must just be a level up battle. Also, gonna be honest, laser sniffets really seem like they're supposed to be at raves, just because they're weird mouth thingamajig. And also, I don't know what they're wearing, but it kind of looks like a medallion. At least that's how I interpreted it as a child. Probably not true.
Well, I'll have to see it. I'll have to look at another one. Figure out what you're referring to.
Good luck with that. Hey, look at that. We've got viruses. These guys are from Dr. Mario, and they've actually got a pretty cool gimmick in this game. You probably know what it is if you've played Dr. Mario. The viruses will shift from blue to yellow to red, and if you match all of their colors, they will die in an instant. That's pretty cool. But yeah, they do have an HP value though, so that's not the only way you can kill them. In fact, if you've been leveling up your POW a lot, I would actually suggest, like, not timing your attacks correctly, because you might kill them accidentally. They do actually have a fair bit of HP as well. Again, not so much that you can't kill them, It's just, if you accidentally focus on one, then the other's gonna take a while. Like that guy I got a critical hit against. Now this guy's gonna be annoying to get to. Also, different colors have different stats as well, which is pretty great and also terrifying. Different stats, different speeds, so, if I remember correctly, red's pretty much the trickiest one for me, personally, to dodge. That guy just moves super erratically. Alright, so here's a completely optional section, but we've got this neat little room that will actually tutorial all of the blocks in the game. Of course, we've already seen this one. We don't need to take any more looks at that. This is not a block we'll be seeing anymore. However, it is just a really cute Easter egg because it's just going over all of the blocks seen in other games. And just, like, it has little research notes about them, and, like, the quirky features about them in their own given game. Which I just think is cool. I have to wonder if they kept this in the remakes. Because I haven't played the remake of this game, but it doesn't seem like a joke Nintendo would really go for anymore.
I was about to say, Mario's usually been pretty good about referencing old stuff.
So anyway, here's a couple of blocks we haven't seen yet, and these are my least favorite. This is the rally block. It just goes back and forth, getting faster and faster each time.
You mean you didn't have fun with this?
No, I didn't. Not at all. It's just a bunch of seconds gone from your life for a pitiful amount of coins. And this one's kind of just like the other block that we did initially, except instead of going back and forth, it randomizes between brothers, so just pay attention to what letter and color are currently on the block, and you should be fine. So yeah, good to know about those ahead of time, so we can maximize the coins we can get from them. Dang owned. So that's Eker, I should mention. Strange enemy, but I kinda dig it. It's usually pretty simple. Typically, it's an enemy you fight with a hammer, although despite the fire it wields, you can jump on them. It's just countering you use hammers. Basically, the number of times it folds its arms is the number of seconds before it charges, give or take. It also has a charge-up attack, and if I remember correctly, they shoot fire, which is also a hammer counter. However, here's the thing. Ekers don't have a lot of HP. They die very quickly. I have not seen them spew fire in ages, especially since when they charge, I think that's just their turn. They don't shoot fire till the next turn. So yeah, Eker is kind of an enemy? University is a weird dungeon because it's like, I think of it as this huge point in the game, and it is because we're going after Cackletta, but I also remember it being fairly difficult. Or maybe I'm just remembering it being fairly lengthy, which it is, and it would be even longer to a child with a child's attention span. We are going to be at this one for a while. Now granted, Mario and Luigi's dungeons have been relatively lengthy thus far. Hoo Hoo Mountain did go on for a bit, but this one is particularly long, and it has a whole lot of different sections to it, so it's actually kind of interesting, I will say. Definitely not as tough as I may or may not remember it, though. This must be a level up, because I can't imagine these guys doing anything that would matter. Maybe they'll do their charge-up animation this time, who knows? They've also shown their feint attacks, which aren't great, because here's the thing. You might have noticed, when they do a feint attack, they don't attack the other brother immediately. They still wait to attack again, so like, as long as you have the timing down when you see the yo-yo, you can just dodge.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
They just want to make you feel like a fool for jumping.
Yes, I'm the victim of the too slow, or the too fast in this case, I suppose.
You jump up and it gets a text box. Hey, that's 2 for flinching. Anyways, what is this good boy?
That's a Mecha Chomp. Another enemy whose HP just does not stack up to somebody who's played this game repeatedly for years. However, sometimes when you damage it, it just malfunctions. Actually, I think this is the enemy I was thinking of when I was thinking of the Yobro, because when they malfunction, they reverse the brothers they're attacking. So I think that's what I'm getting it mixed up with.
Anyways, I would love a toy of Mecha Chomp.
Mecha Chomp does have a really good design. It's a shame it's a rare enemy that doesn't appear on the overworld. Oh yeah, also I wasn't paying attention to the combination, however it's red, red, blue, blue, red, blue, red, 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 blue, red, red. I remember this from childhood. My memory is garbage, but I remember this.
Can't remember the names of any actor, but you can remember this passcode.
Yeah? That, for some reason, my brain has just decided, yes, this is the treasured memory that you need for the rest of your life. I don't know how this thing works. So, yeah, most of my brain is just storage for Fire Emblem information and that passcode. Ah, a group of 3 viruses. Just FYI, if you don't match up the color of... or like... okay, how do I phrase this? There are 2 viruses that are the same color. You're about to change the color of another virus, but you accidentally kill it. Even though those 2 remaining viruses are the same color, they don't die on that turn. A bit of an oversight, I guess, but... it's not the worst thing, it's just something to look out for. So, yeah, before we end off this video, let's pad out this whole thing with a rally block.
You're not playing Wario
I hate
anymore.
you,
You don't
rally
have
block.
to get every single coin.
And I won't. I mean, look, 14, 15 coins, that's a pathetic amount, and I'm not going to get many more.
You could have just gotten 0 and been happier.
So yeah, 23 coins from that, and you could do it again, but why would you? You want another 23 coins? Are you some perverse person who wants a high score on the rally block? You freak?
Well, you're gonna feel real dumb when the one person that loves getting high scores on the rally block turns out to watch all your videos. I would like it better. It's like, okay, Fafnir, like, I really like doing the rally block stuff, but, you know, it's okay if you think I'm a freak.